Well, it looks like this could be working. I should have some sound. I see the little green thing moving when I'm talking. So maybe you can hear me. All right, Javier, hello, sir. Uh, the chat box is all different and weird this week. I don't know why. It's been like a month since I've done a live stream, so maybe it's some sort of update with Restream. They're always adding stuff. So, Adam Hall, hello, sir. Uh, Tonight's live chat brought to you by Ammo Supply Warehouse, which you can see kind of right there through the graphic of the chat in the background. You can use the coupon code. Let me go up here and look. It's Tremis10. Yes, Tremis10 for $10 off any order over $100. So that's a thing. Bear with me here. I'm still doing some things where I'm making stuff work. I'm gonna highlight that. All right, I guess everything's kind of there. Let's get back to the screen. All right, I know you got a real bright white light in my face. And that was because I went to Google Documents. There is no dark mode on Google Docs. So it's this giant white fucking spotlight in my face. There is on the app, like the phone app, but not on the desktop or laptop in this case. Everybody drink out of a Lowe's bucket. All right. Let's see what else we can get sorted out here. I know only a couple people on here. I did not really do a good job of advertising I was doing this because it was kind of a last minute thing. So, if you're watching this later, cool. If not, okay. Oh, that was something else I wanted to put in here. I'm going to have to put that down there. Make myself a note. All right. So, you can follow the link I'm about to put on your screen. I think maybe copy, paste. That is the link to get yourself a Tremis Dynamics signature rifle from Midwest Industries. Put some more rounds through the loaner rifle we have here. And work like a charm. At Dynamic Carbine. I'd have to open my Google document and see how many more rounds we put through it. They were unsuppressed this time, as the host suppressor stayed over on, or not, I guess the host suppressor. The host for the suppressor was my personal rifle. We did not take it off. When I thought about it, it was already hot to put it on the signature rifle. But it has more rounds through it, everything working well. Things we have added to it that are also working well. There is the Schmid Elite trigger in there. And that thing is the best value in triggers ever. There is a CAT. What does that CAT stand for? Combat Application Technology, maybe. Flash hider on the end that's been jammed through a bunch of windows and it's still working. There's a Scout Pro, and that's obviously been working well. It should. It does not have a Z-bolt head on it, mostly because it's my loaner rifle, and I'm only buying so much stuff for other people to use. But there is a Tremis signature sling from Ammo Supply Warehouse on it that's been working well. With the sling duber, obviously it's the signature sling. There's a Primary Arms SLX Prism 1X sight that has been on it for a long ass time, is still going strong. Still the original battery that came in it 3 years ago. Oh, and there is an SMS Trinity laser aiming module that still running even after being beat up. So obviously I don't take that gun out and shoot a bunch in the dark, but something that I do with it is after it's been shot a bunch, I will go see if the dot, the aiming dot from the laser and the reticle are still aligned. And it moved once, about a 1/4 inch down after 400 or 500 rounds and a couple of windshield breaks. You know what? I don't think it was on there during the windshield breaks. I think it was that the first when it moved, because it hasn't moved since. I didn't change it. I just left it a 1/4 inch down. So it was after 400 or 500 rounds, and it went a 1/4 inch down at 25 yards. So that should be about an inch at 100 yards. Negligible, nothing that I would count. There's no magnification on the optics, so I can't even make out an inch at 100 yards. So that Trinity's been holding up pretty good, and I'm impressed. All right, so Scott Wexler, hello. Hello to our JM1011, which I probably know you, but it's a username that doesn't ring a bell for me. I see Joe Rajewski's here, or however you should actually pronounce it, Rajewski. So, anywho, that's been going along good on that signature rifle, and there's a link for one there. If you buy a Tremis signature rifle and you do your transfer at Five Rivers Armament, you can't really see them up right there. I guess I should use this hand. It's about right there behind the chat window. If you do your transfer there on that rifle, they'll transfer it for free. More importantly, we got another cool thing going on with Five Rivers Armament. We're doing a Force on Force class, 3-day Force on Force class. It's starting at noon on Friday, November. I should have made better notes than this. Let me go over to my calendar. Friday, November 20th, and it runs through, that's at noon, through the 22nd in Scranton. And if Richard, yes, I still have the knife that you gave me. It is currently sitting down in my office. I had taped up the handle with some multicam tape, and it started to lose its tapiness. So I rewrapped the handle with some Woodland camo hockey tape, just like a week ago. So anyhow, November, we're doing a Force on Force class, and we're using unit solution guns. So unit 4s, unit 9s. And if you buy one from Five Rivers Armament, they'll cover the tuition for the class. So the only thing you're on the hook for is feeding it with your own ammo. And the non-man marking is like 6 cents a round. And the marking rounds are, well, I want to say they're about 20 cents last time I looked at them. But so buy your own ammo, and then they charge a range fee for everybody that comes through the door to use the shoot house. But tuition's free. It's a $600 class, $0 if you buy a unit gun from Five Rivers Armament. If you bought it already from them, that's cool. Just shoot me a message like, hey, I want to sign up for this class, and I already bought one, and this is who I am, and I will verify with the guys at Five Rivers that you got one, and I'll put you on the roster for free. We've done that for a couple folks already. If you bought one and you did not buy it from Five Rivers Armament, Five Rivers Armament will still pay for half of the tuition. They will pay $300 of the $600 if you bought a unit gun somewhere else, most likely from Unit Solutions, I would guess. Which I have a coupon code for them, by the way. I think it's Tremis. It might be Tremis 10. Allow me to look at my website and make sure. I got so many that, like, those are the two that always get used, and I can't remember who uses what. Unit Solutions. Tremis gets you 10% off. Joe, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Joe been trying to get into some fish classes for a bit. It's always his busy time of the year, which also happens to be the time when it's so cold, nobody wants to go outdoors and train. So I try to move all the indoor stuff to the cold season. And I get one in November, and it's his wife's birthday. My wife would be like, "Wait, dear, you leaving for 3 days? That sounds like a great birthday present." Not everybody's wife feels the same way. But same thing with that class called Force Dynamics. It's a one-off. It's the only time we're running it, where we put the curriculum together specifically to use the unit guns. If you don't have a unit gun, you might be able to rent one. We have a couple available, but between the cost of renting a unit gun and the tuition for the class, you're at the same cost where you could have just bought a pistol. So you should buy the pistol if that's your budget concern, and come out and do some Force on Force with us in November in Scranton for Force Dynamics. We're going to do non-man marking on cardboard targets in the shoot house. Lots of reps there. Then we're going to move to non-man marking rounds against live opponents. The live opponents will be consensual. So we are going to do scenarios, not scenarios like choose your own adventure scenarios, but we will set a fighting scenario up, and with the idea that some of the opponents will be they'll have a role to play, for instance, so that the opposing students have lessons that they can test their tactics against. And then after that, we're going to move to non-marking rounds against resisting opponents, where your opponent won't be trying to help you learn a technique. He's going to try to stop you from using a technique. And then we'll wrap that up with marking rounds against resisting opponents. We're going to use not a lot of marking rounds, and mostly because they mark a lot, way more than UTM, a good deal more than Sims, not as much as paintball. But I don't want to leave the shoot house a mess when we're done, so we're going to clean up all the marking rounds. So we're going to save that for kind of the end, so that we can go through and wipe everything down. But that is the Force Dynamics class that we are going to do in November. That's the beginning of a lot of things happening with the unit stuff. So if you've been thinking about buying a Unit Solutions gun or guns, you're gonna have a lot of opportunity to use them with us. As we get a couple more, some rental guns, there's going to come a point where you'd have been better off to buy yours and set it up the way you want than to keep renting one from us. And just throwing that out there. I do believe, I don't think it'll work if you go to Shin, but I want to say Unit Solutions, and I might be speaking out my ass here, so don't hold me to this. But I think if you buy stuff, like, it has like I think they do like Klarna or something like that, where you can do multiple payments. I'm on the website right now trying to see. All right, let's just pick the pistol. I don't want to watch a video. I want to add one to cart. Here we go. What about this one? Can I just add it right here? Add to cart. 5 payments. Yeah, so and that is with Sezzle. So you can get, you can do multiple payments and get yourself a unit, and you can save 10% with the coupon code Tremis. So the pistol, I think I paid $800 for mine. They're now $900, but it goes back to basically $800 if you use a coupon code, because it's $89 off. So $89.90. So $90 off would be $809 if you use my coupon code. And that is a pistol, magazine, 600 rounds of mixed ammo in an ammo can. I didn't even get an ammo can. I got like a little pistol case, but I'd rather had an ammo can. I do have a bunch of ammo cans down in my office, full of the CO2 cartridges and the ammo, and I use 30 cal cans to keep all that together. I must have 10 or so of those full. They also do a subscription for ammo. Anyhow, this isn't real. It wasn't even really meant to be a unit advertisement. Although at the last minute, I thought about the class. We announced it like 2 weeks ago. I think we got 4 or 5 signups already. Wexler, yes, I am drinking out of a mini Lowe's bucket. It actually also came with a lid. All right, what else we got going on? 4th of July weekend, we have a Citizens Defense Initiative study group number 82. We're going to do some patrolling, react to contact, and then we have a private fireworks show offered to us to go to. That's a couple miles away from the range. And then I think we're going to retire back to the range for another episode of Campfires and Cocktails. That is fellowship, brotherhood, networking. Those things are important. If you come to one, we have big, long conversations about why those things are important. That's going to creep up here throughout tonight's live chat. Let's see, other announcements going on. Warrior Lodge. Good luck, Scott. Warrior Lodge on Patreon. There's 2 versions of Warrior Lodge, regular Warrior Lodge Inner Circle. They are both ceasefire going away. So as of July 1st, I am pulling all of the Train for Life Warrior Lodge Inner Circle. It's coming off the website. You have from now until July 1st to buy one of those slots if you want. It is, I think it's currently like $2,800, and you'll train with me for free for life. Whoever's ends first, mine or yours. And then the other one is the $100 a month on Patreon. I'm not canceling those people, but at that point, it is going to, if somebody backs out, their slot's not opening up, that slot's going away. So that was those updates. Some folks had asked about that. Made a couple of comments for about a year and a half now about wanting to move to one-day classes and not really doing a lot of multi-day classes, not wanting to travel. It's kind of been a theme, hasn't really been a secret. So the last 2 weekends, we ran Dynamic Pistol and Dynamic Carbine, the 2-day version. It's essentially designed to be a 3-day class, but the day 3 has always been an add-on for people who couldn't get off more than the weekend. We just moved the day 3s to this coming weekend. So we had 3 weekends in a row. So the beginning of the month was Dynamic Pistol. We ran it. It was sold out. It was a great class, and I'm shelving it. I don't intend to run another one. I mean, I could. I just don't intend to. And then last weekend, we did Dynamic Carbine. Also sold out. Technically, it was oversold. Class ran great. And it's being shelved as well. So there are no more of those planned. That's not a promise. That's not on the agenda. And certainly in my, I'm already working on next year's calendar, like just big rough chunks. Like in the summer, we're going to do this and this and this. And in the fall we're going to do this and this. There's no room for dynamic pistol or dynamic carbine, so we're getting rid of the day 3s as well. This coming weekend will be the last opportunity. That actually has some slots left in it. Both days do, I think like 2 or 3. And if you've been done fighting pistol or fighting rifle with tactical response, those count as the prereq. Obviously, dynamic carbine, dynamic pistol count. Shooter fighter matrix. Acknowledge, obviously for the rifle stuff. Anything that Calvin or Jay has taught, regardless of what the name is. Like if you took a rifle class from Calvin, I don't remember what his first rifle class was called after he left tactical response. I was there. I just don't remember what the name of it was. But something like that counts as the prereq. So if you want to squeeze in to do some day 3 stuff, get a black dog tag, now is the time. Like you got like 2 days. And then we're shelving those as well. Now, people are saying, well, what are you doing in place of it? So if you notice on the calendar, in September and November, there's a 3-day class called Dynamic Gunfighter. The September one is here. It's in Mount Carmel. And the November one is in Paducah, Texas. That is the new core class. We will probably run one of those per year after this year. And it is predominantly a rifle class with some pistol in it. There will also be night shoots, 2 of them. So you get partial day Friday, a night shoot Friday night, a full day Saturday, a night shoot Saturday night, and a full day Sunday. So that is the new core class that we will run once a year. Probably May timeframe, I think. And then it's going to be a lot of workshops, 1-day workshops, focusing mostly on the Citizens Defense Initiative. So that's what we got there. That's talking about the schedule. In addition, on the schedule, Zach Bush is going to be here in PA next month doing his active shooter class, 11-12 July. I'll also be over in Mount Carmel. And trying to see what's on my list here because I'm not going to look at the schedule. So that's what I got on that part of the list. Now, let's talk about some other cool shit happening right now. So in case you guys have not noticed, there is a new Tremis signature holster. It is the Tim Larson. Hello, sir. It is the Trempendix Prime. So years ago, I hated carrying appendix. Just hated it. And once I got hooked up with the guys from First Wave, it's like, hey, let's make an appendix holster that doesn't suck. So we came up with the Trempendix Alpha, which is the best thing that I could come up with to make me okay with carrying appendix. And I worked on it, and I would sometimes bounce back to strong side and carry the Mark V holster, etc. Turtle, hello, sir. And then eventually we hashed out the Trempendix Omega, which I have one here. So you guys probably have seen it floating around a bunch. This one's for a Shield X. It's currently missing the dog nose in the back because it got moved to something else, because guess who does not carry an Omega anymore? That'd be this guy. I guess I can take the clip off as well. It's just that it's Loctited, so I'll have to put some work into that. But so the new one came up with is the Trempendix Prime. So that's this guy right here. It's been getting a whole bunch of user testing happening. So what's different is, instead of having a wing, which the Alpha had, I don't even own an Alpha to show you. Like in the Omega, we went to this big fat nylon washer over here, and that's what interfaced with the belt to kind of, give you the rotation that I was looking for. And it was also the retention adjustment was those 2 screws. And it had a little thing on it to tie it off if you moved to off-body carry called the wiggly jig. And it wasn't perfect. It was just the best I could find. So then we went about trying to make it perfect. So now we have this gull wing. I don't know which angle you. So if you're like looking at the end of it, let me get in front of my face right there. This thing sticks up higher than the belt clip. So I'll give you the look from the back. It's a molded in wing that comes all the way up to the top of the holster. So no matter how much the holster rotates, because it's got 12 degrees of rotation, or no matter how high you adjust it, the belt will always be above the gull wing. And then it allowed us to move the retention back to a normal spot. We had to come up with a new wiggly jig. But it gives you unfettered access. Now it's the belt instead of the wing getting in the way of your hand. So it has unfettered access. I think it holds it a little bit tighter. And the belt you'll never get the wing below the belt, which could happen with any holster that has a bolt-on wing. So this thing is between Shield X, Glock 48, and a macro. I've been carrying the shit out of these. I had a micro dagger in that Glock 48. I've handed out the full size M&P and a Glock 19 to some other testers. So we have fine-tuned everything. I think one of the testers, Andrew from Combat Art Training, he has one of the Glock 19 ones that we made changes on afterwards. So if you see his, it's mostly the same, but it's a little bit different at the blocking. But yeah, that's been the new thing, and we're totally stoked about it. The first batch in the pre-order that happened, it started a couple weeks ago. They're all going to be shipped out by this time next week. All the SIG and Glock ones are either shipping out Monday or getting hand delivered to people at class this weekend. And then the Smiths will all be in the mail by Wednesday. It might all be in the mail Monday, but I wanted to make sure. The Smith has 3 options: Shield Plus, Shield X, 4 1/4 inch M&P. Glock has a 19 and a 48, and SIG has a 365 XL and a macro. So, bet you we could add the fuse. The blocking would be the same; it would just be on a different mold. Fuse could happen. That's all it's going to be made for. You would not believe the complicated blocking it takes to mold that gull wing in. Currently, First Wave is running a deal. If you go over to the First Wave website, order a holster, it could be a Trempendix Prime, it could be anything else. They have a free upgrade, and you can get one of 4 freedom-themed Kydexes. It's Mossy Oaks Freedom Flage, Mossy Oaks Freedom Flage on frosted Kydex. I think it's a different thing. I think it's Holstex, but it's frosted clear wherever the white would be, so you can see through it. I don't have an example of it here to show you. And then the other 2 options are this Constitution print with, I don't know how well that'll focus with the flag and some We the People, and then it's got like some color upgrades on the wiggly jig. And there's also AOR 4, which is a digital red, white, and blue, also with the color upgrade. But yeah, they're doing that for any holster. Anything you buy between now and July 4th, you can just add the upgrade to your cart and pick which Kydex you want. And good way to celebrate America's 250th birthday of awesomeness. Colt Manny, hello, sir. Colt, you will be much more impressed with tonight's album of the week than last live shots. Just throwing that out there for you. I didn't pick it for you, but I think you will appreciate it. And you'll be like, yeah, I know, I already have that one, so I'm not really going to clue you in on something you haven't heard. But so there is the new hotness, the Trempendix Prime with the built-in gull wing, as we're calling it. Let's see what else we got. All right. Ooh, yeah. I got two questions, and I guess one was a comment from a viewer, and one was a question. But the question came in a couple weeks ago, so I have to paraphrase because I can't find the original question. It's just been mulling around in my head for a bit. But especially since Colt's here and we're at that point, we might as well do the album of the week, the book of the week, and the social media of the week. I have 3 social medias because basically I've stumbled across a network of like pretty cool social media pages that share things that I enjoy, and I don't do these live chats enough to tell them all to you guys, so I just keep sharing shit in my stories on Instagram and Facebooks. But if not, I'll still point them out here for you as well. But we'll start with the album of the week because Colt just popped in. And the album of the week, I may have used this once before, but you know what? This is my 208th live chat. I'm not going back and watching them all to see what albums I've recommended and stuff like that. So this one is not the most mainstream, but it's not the most obscure, so maybe but it is Mr. Bungle, the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo. I have the CD, and you should have the CD. I'll even give I don't have a link to the CD. I have a link to like the Spotify playlist, I guess it is. Or I guess it's for the album. Let's see if I can't paste it here for you. Did it? Now I can't seem to make anything work. Copy. Paste. All right, so there's Spotify. So Mr. Bungle is kind of an oddball band, Mike Patton's band, and this album came out like 5 years ago. But Colt, you've never listened to this? Oh man, you definitely are going to dig this though. So now I'm even more excited because I know you'll appreciate it. So Mr. Bungle's demo from 1986. This was the name of the demo, and it probably sounded like crap because it was probably recorded on like a 6th grader's little cassette recorder or whatever a garage band had access to in 1986. But at any rate, Mr. Bungle, they got Dave Lombardo on drums and Scott Ian on guitar, on the second guitar, to re-record the demo like 5 years ago. 1986 was an awesome year for thrash metal albums. Master of Puppets, Peace Sells But Who's Buying, whichever one from Slayer came out in 86. One of them Anthrax albums came out. All the good ones. I was in 6th grade, so the fact that I remember any of them, which came out in 86 particularly, impresses me. But had this album been an album in 86 and not just a demo, this would have been maybe the best thrash album of 1986. I mean, I'm a big thrash metal fan. The music is awesome. What is the biggest flaw of most thrash bands? The singer sucks. What does Mr. Bungle have? The greatest fucking rock vocalist of all time. It's just win, win, win. It's all win. So that's my album of the week. Now, I also got a book of the week. See if I can't get this thing copied and pasted before I show it to you. Paste it over here. Some of you may have seen them over my shoulder. I know some of you have already read these. So here we'll hit paste. This week's book of the week is Beyond Uda by Varg Freeborn. Some of you may have even taken some of his classes. And I may have recommended this book before, I think I've had a Varg book on here. I may have had Violence of Mind, which was his first book. Back over this. So Violence of Mind. And as you can see, it's signed, which is pretty cool. I'm a big fan of collecting signed books, which is why we're going to do something pretty cool. I just don't know how we're going to do it yet. So I have 2 copies of Beyond Uda, which is his second book. I have one here that is stamped with property from the Library of Tremis Dynamics, and there's like a pirate ship on the stamp. I have a book stamper. I'm going to give this one away to someone. I don't know how. I don't know what I'm going to do. I should somehow make this so I get subscribers to something or something. Although none of that equals money for me if you subscribe. So I still don't know how to make this somehow beneficial to me. It will be beneficial to somebody out there. I'm going to give this book away. And the reason I'm going to give this one away is because I have this other copy, and it too is signed. So I'm going to give the non-signed copy to somebody else. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Stay tuned. Sometime in the next couple days, there'll be something on the. My PC's battery is running low. We're going to make this quick because I might lose you all. Do I have a power supply up here? Oh, Tremis Dynamics. I do. Let's try that. It's charging. Fellas, we're in. So I had to bring my laptop from a whole different fucking building. So I didn't know if I had a power supply up here. And of course, when I opened it, it worked. And I plugged everything in. I forgot that it wasn't charging. So yeah, I'm going to give the book away. I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet. If you want to buy the book, there's a link up there. And so that made my book of the week, mostly because I want to give it to somebody who will read it. And Adam, I knew you read it, so I ain't giving it to you. I just got to figure out who I'm giving it to and how we're doing it. So, so Colt says there's only 2 thrash bands with singers, Metallica and Death Angel. I concur with Death Angel quite a bit. Although his work with Kerry King, I think, is better than his work with Death Angel. More recent Death Angel I like more than the old Death Angel too. Less high pitched shit. I don't like people trying to pretend to be Rob Halford because, well, I don't like Rob Halford pretending to be Rob Halford. I think his work in Fight was better than Judas Priest. And Colt ordered a book off my Amazon page last week. Fuck, dude, I didn't even know you know how to read. I'm impressed. So then we're going to do the social medias of the week as well. And I didn't even delete the one from last week, so I'm going to add it again. This is I'm just over here on the Instagrams. If you like other social medias, if you go to the Instagram of these people, you'll probably find links to their other things. But Selective Outcomes, I still think, is the best Instagram page on Instagram. And then I was going to use this one today, and then I thought of a better one a few minutes later, but I figured I'd share this one anyhow because I don't get I don't do enough live streams to share them all. So Call Sign Banana Face is a pretty entertaining Instagram page, and The one that I thought of a few minutes later that I was like, oh, I got to go add this one is actually a business. Kind of. I mean, it's a business. They sell physical products, but their Instagram isn't really about selling those products, and that is the Allied Thread Company. Uh, they like to sell masks, not like masks, like COVID masks, like IRA masks. Uh, and I think they make a ski cap that folds down into an actual like IRA mask. Uh, and that thing I think sells out every couple of minutes whenever it comes on. And it's got to be warm because it's like a ski cap. Lots of pictures. Colt ordered a book with lots of pictures. So anyhow, but their daily updates on the Allied Thread Company, like their memes and whatnot, fucking tip top. So there's my social medias of the week. Now, got questions. This is a good one. Except I have to preface this one with I can't fucking share it correctly. So somebody sent me a link and said, and for all I know, it could have been a screenshot, which might be why I couldn't find the link today. I spent way too much time digging back trying to figure this out. And I don't know who sent it to me or even where they sent it to me at. You know, like, was it a Facebook message? Was it a personal page or a business page? Was it an Instagram direct message? Was it a fucking Snapper chat? A text message to my work phone? A Signal message? I don't know where it came, nor do I know who sent it. But I needed that to go back and find the original thing that was posted because I don't know who posted it. And it might be someone I don't know, but prescriptive stretching. That book is literally sitting right over there. Yeah, I use it too. But so it was basically if it was a screenshot or a link, Andy, what do you think of this? So since I can't find where I sent it from or where it's posted, I'm going to have to kind of paraphrase it a little bit. But the general gist was, and this is my air quote, give me a squad of USPSA grandmasters in 1 week, and I'll have a group that can crush all the LARPers all day, every day. Because hard skills take so much more time and effort that it would only take him a few days to catch them up on the tactics to be able to beat a bunch of LARPers. AKA guys that like rifles and chest rigs and shit like that, plate carriers. And I remember reading it going, and moving on. And I'm going to assume the guy has a strong competitive background because the term hard skills was in there. And it's always about, what's your bill drill time, and that will determine if you can win a fight again. If you and your friends can win a fight against a guy and his friends. And I had a thought at the time, and I never answered this person because I was fucking doing something else. But I figured I'd share it with you guys. And my thought was, this guy wants a squad of USPSA grandmasters, like they're pistol shooters, of the highest order. My answer would be, give me a Division I paintball team in 4 hours. Now, those 4 hours are to teach them what all the levers and buttons on a rifle do. That's like, they just need to know how to get the little nuggets inside the fucking gun and how to make them come out of the gun. Give me 4 hours and a D1 paintball team. And we'll throw those guys together force on force. Those grandmasters will never win. They will not win. And that guy can have the grandmasters for a week of tactics training. You give me a Division I paintball team and 4 hours to show him how a rifle works, and I won't say a fucking word to him about tactics. Now, here's the thing. He said Grandmasters. So I said D1. That'd be like A-class shooters in USPSA, not Grandmasters. So if we want to go like apples to apples, that'd be a pro paintball team. You could have a pro paintball team and 4 hours of live fire training to see how a rifle works. They could do force on force against those USPSA Grandmasters 20 times a day for a month, like every day, 7 days a week for 30 days straight. Those Grandmasters would not win one time because those guys know tactics really well. And they don't even have a practice score. But at the end of that, check this out. When this little experiment of the United States falls apart and disintegrates, I'm not going to have a D1 paintball team, and he's not going to have a squad of USPSA Grandmasters. If we're real lucky, we'll have 3 or 4 LARPers that live somewhere in our town and a whole pile of bait. And that's all we're going to have to work with. A dozen guys that don't know which end of their fucking duck gun to point at bad guys. 3 dudes with a Condor plate carrier and us. And you're going to have whatever ammo that you have when that collapse happens is all the ammo you'll have forever, for infinity. Until the day they put you in the ground, you will not get more ammo. They won't be buying extra ammo. So you're going to have to hope you're real good at teaching people some fucking tactics, because you're going to have to do all that shit dry without shooting a single fucking round. They're going to be a Class D shooter forever. So you're not going to get them up on the hard skills. Just throwing that out there. Anyhow, that was the question. That was my answer. All right. Now, on a whole different but completely related subject, I was asked about what kind of things you and your network should be doing. And I wanted to share a couple of things, which I thought were awesome that happened to me within the last 7 or 8 days. I think it was the last 7 or 8 days. Don't quote me on that, but one of the people, probably both of the people who shared something with me within moments of each other are watching this right now. And so you and your friends, so this is what I typed out when I thought about this. So what kind of things that your network should be doing. And it says, if you and your friends are sharing practice score results and not flock camera locations, you're a faggot. You put dicks in your mouth if that's what's important to you, versus sharing where the mass surveillance cameras are at. And I mention that because two people within moments of each other shared this link with me, which I'm just going to share with all you. Deflock.org. My town has 3 flock cameras in it. They're all in Walmart's parking lot. Yes, I know where they're at. I also know where they're pointed. And actually, the map does a pretty good job of showing you the direction that they're pointed. But as it turns out, Lowe's is in my Walmart parking lot. And there are a couple of main roads going into the parking lot. And you can't get to Lowe's without getting on one of them cameras, unless you take the most obscure entrance to the lot and then drive behind Walmart instead of in front of it and go all the way around everything. And then you can get the Lowe's and avoid the flock cameras. Lowe's. But you and your friends should be sharing flock camera locations. And on a personal note, how many nights this year have you spent in the woods? This is the 6th month of the year. That number should be at least that. I feel remiss. Mine is only 5 at this point, so I got to fix that before the end of the month. I think it's going to be something where I try to keep a streak going of at least one night a month slept in the woods. See how long I can get that going. Kind of like my learning Latin on Duolingo. I'm at 100 and some days straight of that. So that is a personal question. How many nights have you slept in the woods? The answer is always not enough. And for your group of network, what you should be doing is sharing flock camera locations. So those are my questions and answers. And if you guys don't have any more of them, it's been close to an hour. I'm almost out of iced tea. And if you ain't got nothing, I think we're going to punch out of here in a minute and go do other stuff. We're not going to share practice scores. Maybe I'm going to go start looking where the flock cameras are where my friends live. Oh, yeah, the I don't know if I got sidetracked talking about it, but 0 nights in the woods, we need more public lands. If you want to be super ballsy, you'll spend the night on somebody else's land. As a matter of fact, none of my nights in the wood have been on public land. Like no state game lands, or we have very little to no BLM land. In Pennsylvania, there's some, but it's not close to me, and it's surrounded by state game lands. So you go in and out of it and don't even know. So Adam says, why Latin? Well, there's a main reason, and then 2 kind of funny reasons. So the last time this fucking blue fucking globe floating through space had a honest to goodness civilization that was civilized, it spoke Latin. Everything after that is a de-evolution of society and ugly languages. So if I was going to learn something, I figured I would go to something worthwhile in that essence. So that was the main reason that I picked it. The 2 kind of comical reasons are, my daughter took Latin in high school, and I said the same thing. Why Latin? And she's like, oh, that's the language of smart people. I said, I thought you were going to take Spanish. And she said, that's the language of dirty people. And I thought it was funny. She was in 9th grade. So there's that. And the best part, I don't have to speak to anybody in that language. It helps me with reading it. I have read some things in Latin. I actually was watching TV and saw something in the background of a TV show that was written in Latin, and I knew what all the words were. Like, I read the phrase, and I was all, woohoo. I see Adam's putting some of the pieces together here. Legio Tremis, Rome. Yep. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't civilizations prior to Rome. There just hasn't been any after Rome. It's just been downhill. I have a hunch that long before the historical Egypt, that Egypt had a strong civilization, not like Cleopatra. And at that point on the earth, that would not be prehistoric because there was written history. So in historic Egypt was not the most civilized, but long before that, there was some strong civilization that may have existed in Egypt. And potentially even way before that, there may have been some in India, but it would not be full of the Indians that are there now. Stephen, hello. You probably didn't realize it because I posted it about an hour and a half before the stream, so it was kind of a last minute thing. And you caught it just in time for the wrap up. So buy yourself a unit gun, buy it from 5 Rivers Armament. come take a free class. Share flock camera locations with your friends. Don't be gay. Go spend some nights in the woods. Listen to some good thrash metal. Read some good books. And if you're going to get on the Instagram, check out those ones that I shared. Maybe buy yourself a ski cap so you can look like someone from the IRA. So with that, I'm going to punch out of here. Probably won't be another one of these in June. Maybe we'll do one in July. And you all have a wonderful evening and take it easy out there.